Hey guys, welcome back. Marco here. Today I want to talk to you about the difference between plucking chords versus plucking a melody or plucking a chord melody. Okay. Now, it's insane how many comments I get about this topic. As many of you get confused. I know that fingerstyle is a very challenging technique because when you start plucking the strings, you kind of don't know which fingers you gotta use. Okay. Now, today I want to show you sort of a golden rule that I like to use, and there is a golden rule for when I pluck the chords. There is a golden rule for when I play single note. It could be a solo, it could be a simple melody, it could be a chord melody. So chords combined with melodies. Okay. Now, one thing really important, guys. There is no such a thing as one rule or one approach. Okay, fingerstyle is an awesome, versatile technique, and it will change, all the time. So yes, you can kind of follow a rule, but you will see that sometimes you gotta kind of find your own way. Okay, and that's really important. Always, just follow what a teacher says, 80%, and then 20% just find your own way, experiment with your own technique. And as long as you don't play, something in a really wrong way that will affect the performance or the sound that comes out of your instrument, then you're still fine. Sometimes it's okay to double pluck with the same finger. It's not like the end of the world, and I'm not self-conscious all the time when I'm plucking. Sometimes I double pluck, a triple pluck. If it sounds good, it's okay. But obviously, as a teacher, I have to make sure that I give you the right tools to, just to make sure that you pluck the strings correctly. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up with all the upcoming tutorials, and also tabs available on my Patreon page. Now, let's have a close up and let's get started. First example, chords and plucking. Now, when it comes to chords, the plucking is pretty simple and straightforward. The golden rule goes like this. You have the 4th, 5th, and 6th string always played with the thumb. Okay, so the thumb covers the bass notes. Okay, the index is always on the 3rd, the middle finger is always on the 2nd, and the ring finger is always on the 1st. Okay, if I follow this golden rule, if I play a chord progression like this, be playing always the bass note on the bass note with the thumb, and the top 3 strings with index, middle, and ring. I was playing A minor, okay, 5th, 3rd string, fret 2, 2nd string, fret 1, 1st open. Okay, so I have. Now when I play the 2nd chord, C major, I'm playing the 5th string, fret 3 with the thumb, the 3rd string with the index, 2nd string with the middle, 1st string with the ring. And then when I play the D major, I will have the D major chord and the 4th string with the thumb, index, middle, and ring. And then I was playing a D add 9. Okay, so I was playing 2 different Ds. A minor, C, and D. Okay. Now let's say that I want to change plucking pattern. Okay, and I want to play 2 notes together. 2 strings together, okay? So I'll play something like that. The same golden rule applies. So how does it work? I play the 5th string, the 3rd string, and then when I play 2nd and 1st string, I'm plucking simultaneously with middle and ring, okay? So I basically don't change anything. I don't pluck the strings in a different way. I use exactly the same fingering, but this time I pluck together. C, D, D, add 9. Okay, so as you can see, same rule, just a different approach. Now let's say that I want to play more bass notes. Now I'm playing more bass note, and as we said before, the bass note is played with the thumb. So I will play A minor, and then the bass note goes on the 5th string fret 2 with the thumb and the 5th string fret 3. Okay, D major, same thing, 4th open, fret number 2, fret number 4 with the thumb. Okay, so every time I have a line on the bass note, I'm always playing it with the thumb. Okay, and the awesome thing about the golden rule is the fact that this golden rule is the fact that obviously I don't have to think about changing position and, for example, playing the bass note with the fingers. So you know, that would be a lot of movement. So this approach is really helpful because I move as less as possible. Okay, so as you can see, you learn one approach and it doesn't really change that much. It's always the same. Now let's say that I want to change the set of string. Then I will have exactly the same approach. So let's say that I want to play this chord progression on a different set of string. So right now I'm playing 5th, 4th, 3rd and 2nd string. Same approach, guys. The bass note always with the thumb. And now I have the index on the 4th, the 3rd string with the middle finger, and the 2nd string with the ring finger. So for example, I will play 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, C major. Now the C major is kind of different because I have, you know, the 5th string, 4th string fret 2, 3rd open, and the 2nd string fret 1, proper C major chord. And the D major, I'm playing this beautiful D9 chord, sorry, D suspended chord. Okay, so same approach, you know, just fingerstyle, golden rule, easy. I'm just changing set of string, but it's the same approach. So if I pluck simultaneously, it will be the same. Now, things are different when I pluck a single note, and let me show you why. Now, when we play a single note, it's different. It's a different approach. So there is no such a thing as one rule, even though there is one approach that I really like to use, and it's alternate fingering. So let's say that I play something like that. Okay, as you can see, I'm mixing single note, okay, with the chord. So I will basically play with the same approach. Now when I have the D major, I'm playing the D at 9, so 4th, 3rd, 2nd and 1st string with the ring, and then I'm gonna switch to alternate because I'm playing. So the melody is the 1st string fret number 2, 1st open, 2nd string fret 3 and fret 1, and here I'm switching with alternate fingering. And I have index, middle, index, middle. Okay. Back to the golden rule. Same, different phrase, same approach. I start with the D9 chord. The last note I play is the 1st string with the ring finger. I'm still considering the chord here. And then I switch to alternate. 1st string fret number 2, 3, 5 and back to fret number 2, and I'm always alternating. Okay. So with this approach, I don't have to think too much about which finger I'm using because I know that I'm always alternating. And guys, it doesn't matter if you start with the middle finger or you start with the index, as long as you alternate. Okay, so it's really like if you start with the middle, just keep alternating middle index. Doesn't have to start with the index finger. Okay, it's really important. There is also another approach which basically combines chords with the melody. That's a little bit more difficult, because for example, if I have you can see, like, I'm combining chords with melodies, and so here it can be a little bit more challenging sometimes, because for example, right now I'm plucking simultaneously 5th, 3rd and 2nd, and I'm plucking with thumb, index and middle, following the rule. And then I will have the 2nd string for number 3 with the middle finger. So I start with the middle finger, 1st string open with the index, and the 2nd string for number 1 with the middle finger. So I'm still alternating. So okay, same thing on the C, D, and that's the same. I start with the D, 4th, 3rd and 2nd string, then the 1st open with the middle finger, fret 2 and fret 3 on the 2nd string. And I'm alternating now. Okay, so fret number 3, 2, open. And guys, this is like just combining, you know, the golden rule with single notes, okay? Alright guys, with this golden rule you can really break it down in a way that it's easy for you to kind of, you know, pluck the strings and really decide which approach you want to use. Take it step by step. Remember that it's not a one way to do things, but I hope that with these two things you kind of have less questions now on how to pluck the strings, and you will be you know, good at playing the things that you're playing right now. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.